Hi, good morning. Now I'm in Indonesia and in Tangerang, this area, southern part of Tangerang. I'm on the way to a village called Baduy village. Yeah, it's a very seclusive village, you know. Uh, this is a group of people that live in the mountains and off the mountains, and they really very conservative, and they are really indigenous kind of people to the mountain. And these Baduy people have very strong kind of culture and traditions, such that there's different groups. They call the inner Baduy and the outer Baduy people. Yeah. So they have a population of about 13,000 people, you know, close to 13,000 or to 15,000 maybe. Yeah. And then the inner Baduy people are those that follow the Sunda Wiwitan kind of animistic kind of beliefs. That hold very closely to their traditional and customary law, you know. Yeah, such that they are really resist development and all that, you know. So they don't even have slipper, they don't even use any tools, and then they just kind of live off the land and all that. Yeah. So they are very, and then they follow those, they have so much prohibitions and all that, you know. Yeah, and then so much customary law. Yeah, buyok, they call it buyok, and there's tabu, certain things they cannot do and all that. Yeah, they don't interact with the people outside. So these are something that I will try to learn later on when I reach there. Yeah, and of course the inner body people are those that hold dearly to the tradition, and they are about 1,002 to 1,005 people. They call it the inner core that is resisting development, you know. But of course, there's the outer Baduy people, about maybe 10,000 over. They are more adaptive. They are like a filter, kind of a layer that interact with the outside world, because they still have to eat. They still have to go to school and all that. You know, inner Baduy, they don't even go to school. They don't even do anything. That they are totally against development. Yeah, when the outer Baduy is slowly a group that is starting to kind of adapt to the world outside. Yeah, and over time, even some people try to convert them to Christians and Muslim, and then when they are found, even the whole village will ask them to leave the place. Yeah, so this is the Baduy culture that we are going to encounter this morning in this part, in the Indonesia side, yeah, East Java side. Yeah, I'll share more when I reach there.
Itu ya.
Tadi depan itu kampung apa?
Yang mana?
Kamu ngomong aja kampung.
Pas masuk dari terminal itu Kampung Kaduk Ketuk 1, Kaduk Ketuk 2. Pas kita istirahat tadi itu Kaduk Ketuk 3. Lanjut ke Kampung Legok Jeruk.
Nanti menuju lagi?
Menuju udah habis dari Legok Jeruk ke
Ada berapa kampung baru
Marengo.
sampai?
Kampung Marengo, Kampung Balingbing, baru ke Kampung Gajebo, ya tempat wisata itu jembatan.
Oh, Kampung Gajebo. Oke, terima kasih Pak. Okay, right now I'm standing at the entrance to this is an outer Baduy area, you know. Outer Baduy have about 65 of these villages, about lower heights, about 300 meter above sea level. But if you go to the inner Baduy, where the sacred heart, these spiritual leaders are, there are 3 villages like Chikusil, Chibio, and also Chikatawana. Those are at the higher land, about 500 meters. Over there in the inner core, the sacred heart of the Baduy people, they really practice sustainable living, agrarian culture. They harvest and everything from the land, and then they actually do not use technology, or they don't even wear shoes, no electricity, everything. So they survive on a very sustainable basis. You know, it's like a Stone Age kind of people. They have sovereign people respected by the country. They have their own system and their own laws. Customary law, they call it Pikuku, yeah, they have their own laws. And they even grow rice on the temperate climate on the slopes of the Kendal Mountain, South Banten, where they are located, which is about 130 to 140 kilometers from Tangerang area. That's where it came from. So I'm at the entrance of this lower Baduy area, where you can see the entrance. People are just going to take the hike up with my stick. I have a stick here to go up. Yeah, so this is going to be a nice outing. Today, although the weather is a bit wet, but I think weather is holding well. Kind of a bit of torrential. You can see the statue of the Baduy people behind. So the Baduy go back a long way. You know, they're sustainable. They marry within themselves, so they don't marry outside. And then whereas this is the outer Baduy area is starting to be like a filter area, it's like a buffer area that interact with the outsider. Whereas in the inner Baduy area, they don't interact with people outside, you know. And then they just keep their own laws and all that. Yeah, so it's a very special culture, indigenous, not really an ethnic group, but a very sovereign group of people that have their own very special way of living, which they continue to keep it over the years. Yeah, so I'll share more when I go up. Hi, good afternoon. As I explained earlier on, I'm now in the Baduy village. You see, they built the houses, everything from the nature, all made from bamboo. You see, all these are their houses. I'm in the kind of estate. I'll turn it around to show you some of their areas here. Yeah, I see the way they build the houses. Yeah, I'm going to walk around here to just give you a better idea of this Baduy village. You know, Baduy is a very special group of sovereign group of people. More than an ethnic group, they are actually a very sustainable group of people that live in Kendang Mountains, which is in South Banten, about 160 kilometers from Jakarta, about 140 kilometers from Tangerang. So these people are actually grouped into villages, you know. They have the inner Baduy and the outer Baduy. The inner Baduy comprises of the three villages like the Cibio and the other one is the Cikusio, and the other one is something Walker Tawana or something like that. Yeah. So basically there are three villages, and then it comprises all the elders, you know. And every of these village have a chief. They call it Puyan. So they will have a very a different way of life where they have very strong laws, you know. They call it pikuku, yeah, the customary laws. All the traditions are passed now, you know. This inner group or the inner Baduy, which is much further up, about 500 meters in sea level, whereas we are now at the lower Baduy where the villages are, where we have 68 villages now. So these Baduy people here at this lower village is kind of the interface between the inner Baduy, the sacred core, and the outer people. So it's kind of buffer, a filtration. So they a kind of culture kind of exchange to guide tourists to come and understand their culture. So it's a kind of buffer zone for us here. We are here. So over here we are now close to 68 villages already in this outer Baduy in the valleys of the Kendang Mountains, where they thrive around 300 meters above sea level. So talking about this Baduy, their population in the inner core, where there are all the sacred leaders, where they practice everything like Stone Age, you know, without electricity, without power, without telephone, without TV, without cars, and go barefoot and eating off the land in a very sustainable way. They grow on the land and they eat from the land. Yeah, they don't even rear animals with four-legged animals, you know. So it's a really very special group of people here, the Baduys. Yeah. So, but over here in outer Baduy, we probably have about 13,000 over population. Yeah, in population, whereas inner Baduy probably about up to about 1,200 to 1,500 of them. Yeah, still living the very basic kind of Stone Age kind of life, secluded. Very special group. Is a living fortress, but it's also a culture, a tradition, and a kind of living museum of the way they have sustained this kind of living for over almost 500 years already. Yeah, they practice a Sudan Wikitan, something kind of religion, you know, like ancestor, animistic, with ancestor kind of worship. Yeah, so that's what they do. Yeah, together with the customary law and all that. I'll share more later on. Hi, good afternoon. Now I'm still in the Baduy Luar place where they have about 68 villages. The population about 11 to 13,000 people. And I see a lot of young people, a lot of young kids, a lot of children all very happy. Although they don't go to school, they have their own system of education and oral kind of education. Yeah, the children are all very happy, joyful. Yeah, so I'm doing this trek up to Lebat Kriok or something like that. Some kind of a village. There's a next one. I just came from the 4th village actually, where we do some kind of donation drive with the Lions group. So you can see the track. People are walking up the track below me. Yeah, long trail. And see, look here. And my wife's in front of me. Yeah, take a wave. Okay, so we are continue this trek up the trail here. Yeah, but if you want to walk to the Baduy Dalam, it will take about 8 to 9 hours. And it's very deep inside. So we're taking a 1.5 hour trek here, a simple trek up this trail in the Kendan Mountains, south of Banten, about 160 kilometers from Jakarta. Here we are. Yeah, so it's a weekend, a bit of slippery ground. I can show you the track. Yeah. You see the people behind me, all of them coming down. So it's very slippery here. Yeah, a lot of mud. Yeah. So we'll take a rest here. That's my guide Samin. Yeah. Hello. Everybody is so happy. Yeah, everybody is happy walking this trail in Baduy. Yeah.
Itu ya.
Tadi depan itu kampung apa?
Yang mana?
Kamu ngomong aja kampung.
Pas masuk dari terminal itu kampung Kaduk Ketuk 1, Kaduk Ketuk 2. Pas kita istirahat tadi itu Kaduk Ketuk 3. Lanjut ke kampung Legok Jeruk.
Nanti menuju lagi?
Menuju udah habis dari Legok Jeruk. Ke
Ada berapa kampung baru sampai?
Kampung Marengo, Kampung Balingbing, baru ke Kampung Gajebo, ya tempat wisata itu jembatan.
Oh, Kampung Gajebo. Oke, terima kasih Pak. And the chick with her chick, mother hen with her chicks. Yeah, okay, the mother hen with the chicks. Can you see? Wow, it's a really natural environment here. Yeah, I have a scorpion here right below me. Here you can see the scorpion here. Yeah, scorpion here, right? Oh, just below on the ground here. There's a scorpion here. Can you see the scorpion here? Yeah, the scorpion here. Yeah, scorpion here. Yeah, see? Oh, so beautiful. Okay. Yeah. Hi, good afternoon. Now I'm in Baduy, Luar. So it's the outer Baduy here. They have about 68 villages. Here I'm going to show you the pathway that leads up to the trail to gazebo, about I think 2 hours trail to the tourist area. So a lot of durian, a lot of handicrafts, a lot of things to see. Many groups organize trips to this place. And it's a good day. Today is a Saturday on the 10th of January. So I'm going to show you how they use a bamboo to make the barrier. You see, barrier is not. I'm going to walk backwards and show you. They're using this bamboo to make the barrier. Can you see? Yeah. And then they're doing some construction. Everything is made from bamboo. It's all natural. Yeah, you can see how they construct the house first with the columns, all solid wood columns, and then everything's built up with bamboo. Yeah, and then even the trusses, the roofing is also made from the palm leaves and all that, So it's a very delicate kind of construction, very simple construction, yet very strong and sturdy. And even the roof at atap are also kind of attached and then held together. You can see some of the back. I'm going to turn around and show you some of the structure. Yeah, if you can see the atap. Yeah. Here you see the workers are working on this construction. So I'll share you more. I think the building is going to come up very soon. Yeah, I'll talk later.